Welcome viewers and listeners. It's another week on the program from the State Assemblies. On this episode, Delta Assembly suspends member. On the floor of Jigawa Assembly, 7 bills pass second reading. Kogi Assembly appeals for rehabilitation of Ida Ibaji on Yedega Road. These and many more coming your way shortly. Stay tuned. I'm Joshua Okuchide, your host. Welcome back. The program commences as the Delta State Assembly suspends member representing Ughelli Northern State Constituency, Matthew Omonade, for 14 legislative days. The State Assembly during plenary also passed the Administration of Criminal Justice Law 2022 and Delta State Administration of Civil Justice Law 2022 into law. Assembly correspondent Godfrey Nzekwe reports.
Presenting the motion at the floor of the House on the breach of privilege in line with the standing order of the House by the Majority Leader, Emeka Nwobi, seconded by the Chief Whip and member representing Surplus State Constituency, Perkins Omukoro, called for the suspension of Matthew Omonade for 14 legislative days for gross misconduct and to hand over to the management of the House all government property in his possession.
Persons will publish any defamatory statement reflecting on the proceedings or character of the House. And whereas the Honourable Member representing the of one state constituency willfully and falsely perverted the proceedings of House of Wednesday, 8 May 2024, therefore I move that 1. The Honourable Member representing the of one state constituency be now suspended by the service of the House for a period of 14 legislative days for gross misconduct. 2. The Honourable Member representing the of one state constituency hands over to the management of the House all government properties in his possession.
The motion has moved by the Majority Leader, seconded by the Chief Whip, that this Honourable House suspend the Honourable Member representing the one state constituency from the service of the House for a period of 14 legislative days for gross misconduct. The Honourable Member representing one state constituency hand over to the management of the House all government properties in his possession, and an ad hoc committee be constituted to investigate the gross misconduct by the Honourable Member representing one state constituency. Say aye. Aye. Those against say the ayes are.
The House also passed the Delta State Administration of Criminal Justice Amendment Law and the Delta State Civil Justice Amendment Law after a thorough review.
For a law to amend the Delta State Administration of Civil Justice Law 2022 and for related matters. John Reading and pass.
Dear colleagues, I thank all of you for ensuring the successful passage of the Delta State Administration of Civil Justice Amendment Bill 2024, House Bill 14. By virtue of this bill, the 12 months transition period relating to case management originally provided in section 48 sub 1, 64 sub 1, and 65 sub 3 has been extended to 24 months to enable adequate time for the setting up of necessary machinery for the smooth and full implementation of the law.
The Speaker, Imomotimi Guo, commended the lawmakers for the speedy passage.
Aimed at prohibiting motorcycle operation in several neighboring communities of Yonogwa, the Bayelsa state capital, the Motorcycle Operation Amendment Bill 2024 has scaled through second reading on the floor of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. Speaker Ibrahim Ngobere said this amendment is to forestall rising cases of casualties and destruction of property occasioned by motorcycle accident. But Baratua Pere Awe has the details of the session.
The Bayelsa State Motorcycle Operation Prohibition Law was first passed by the 4th Bayelsa State House of Assembly in 2012, restricting the operations of motorcycle in Yenagoa Capital Territory due to the numerous cases of motorcycle accidents that claimed lives and property in the state. 12 years down the line, Incidents of motorcycle accidents have been prevalent in neighboring communities of Yenagoa Capital Territory. The onus now lies in the hands of lawmakers to protect the lives of innocent indigents of their constituency. Hence, the introduction of the Motorcycle Operation Prohibition Amendment Bill, which seeks to include jurisdiction of neighboring communities in Yenagoa Capital Territory to the principal law. The amendment bill, which has scaled through second reading on the floor of the hallowed chamber, saw lawmakers appreciating the second reading of the bill.
It's a bill that has served its purpose and is still serving its purpose. Any amendment for us to make it stronger and more effective is in the interest of our people. So it is on the premise of that I want to call on members of this House to speak seriously in favor of this bill so that we can pass it.
If the Section 1, that is subject for amendment, and several other communities and forms the Yenagoa metropolis, if actually that is considered by this House and eventually signed into law by the governor, those communities will also experience the same thing that the Yenagoa city has been experiencing for the past years. Then those communities will also have a low record of motorcycle accident victims.
You look at the Greater London, Amasuma is already there. They are becoming urban centers. In 2012, we know they were not that developed. But today, they are fast becoming urban centers. And the traffic in those areas have increased. It is for that reason that the restrictions that we have in this capital city, Yenagoa here, that is preventing accidents here and there, being extended to these places.
The Motorcycle Operation Prohibition Amendment Bill also seeks to reserve motorcycle operation authorization responsibility solely for the governor of the state.
But when you see, if you drive a 2 kilometers, you see a private person coming with a motorcycle, and sometimes you will be falsely intended to believe that it's a police officer. In any event, whether or not you are a police officer does not give you the right to own a private motorcycle, except such motorcycles are on official duty and you are first sought and obtain the permission from the issuing authority.
The bill has, however, been committed to the House Committee on Transportation to report back to the House in 2 weeks.
Still in the South, lawmakers in Akwa Ibom State Assembly are calling on Transition Committee chairmen to execute meaningful projects that will positively impact on the lives of rural dwellers. This is of necessity in line with the standing orders of the House to evaluate the performance of the Transition Committee chairman and the state, which will encourage the Assembly's recommendations to the governor for tenure elongation. Nsikak Okon reports.
It will be recalled that a week ago, Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino sent a letter to the State House of Assembly seeking for tenure extension of Transition Committee chairman in the state, but insists on performance assessment as criterion. The House, in a resolution, directed the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs to embark on inspection of local government areas across the state to review and appraise the performances of Transition Committee chairmen. The committee chairman and member representing Etmekwika State Constituency, Mfon Idung, who led other members of the committee on the oversight function on arrival at Ikorikpene Secretariat, commended the Transition Committee chairman for effective representation, for having what to show for the period of 6 months since inauguration into office. The lawmaker stopped over at a Senudum local government area and was impressed by some projects executed by the chairman. Other local government areas visited are Ikono and Ini, where the committee chairman commended them for improved service delivery in the best interest of the grassroots.
Pointed out very quickly, and I think the year of work is here. I'm very pleased with the grade of your plan, first round, with the grade of the abattoir, we'll find time to go there and see it for ourselves. I think if we are given just to serve you, we will do better.
In their separate representations, the caretaker committee chairman took time to comment on the projects they have executed within the period of 6 months in office.
We provided grants for our students because we know how backward these are areas, and we know how our students are suffering in the university. Some, even at the verge of dropping out of the university, we called them and then assisted them with grants, 100,000 each.
We discovered that the town hall, which is the symbol of the corner, because wherever you come to Ikono, political class, even it's the president, this is where he received them. And so there was need to have something more edifying.
Initially it was at the head of savings office, and later they moved to my reception. It could not contain. We just finished an ultra-modern marriage registry within 2 minutes. We'll step out to see it, and over 100 seater capacity.
We have handled insecurity. Where I come from, it's not a place that you go and see a lot of tar roads. As a committee, we had done a whole lot of gradings. More than 10 kilometers have been graded. From Ikoroketo, Urafa, Ikoroko, Adurikot, Ikoroko, every place.
It is the hope of Akwa Ibom people that if lawmakers approve the extension of the tenure of the Transition Committee chairman as requested by the state governor, the chairman should continue to execute life-touching projects that will impact on the well-being of the people.
Transiting to the northwestern zone of the country, local government councils in Kebbi State have begun appearing before the State Assembly to defend their 2024 budgets. Correspondent Usman Abdullahi reports that Speaker Muhammad Zuru described the occasion as crucial in working together to sanitize the local government planned annual spending. The report.
Fakai Sakaba Zuru Kokobesi and Dankosegu were among the local governments that appeared before the House Committee. Kokobesi tabled a budget of 5.4 billion naira, which the House Committee on Finance and Appropriation made some corrections and recommendations.
You have said there is some observation they have made, and inshallah that will be corrected today or tomorrow, because it's just a manual. There is some mistake that we have made from the calculation. So I think that will be corrected today, inshallah.
I have sat down with my Director of Finance, my Director of Budget. We have gone through the budget. We made all the corrections and observations before we appear before the committee.
Earlier, the Speaker of Kebbi State House of Assembly, who described the exercise as an opportunity to assess the needs and priorities of communities, solicited for cooperation of the local government's officials.
The budget defense process is a critical step in ensuring transparency, accountability, and efficiency in the allocation and utilization of public funds. It is an opportunity for us to assess the needs and priorities of our communities and to ensure that resources are allocated in a manner that promotes development and progress for all our citizens.
5 local government councils appeared before the House on the first day of the budget defense.
In another development, the Assembly of Sokoto State has resolved to invite the state coordinator of the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and all concerned over sales of petrol at exorbitant price in the state. The Deputy Speaker Kabir Ibrahim, who presided over the sitting, made a pronouncement after presentation of matters of public importance by a member representing Sokoto South 2. Nuruddin Abdullahi reports.
Despite availability and significant improvement in the supply of petroleum nationwide, independent petrol marketers in Sokoto State still sell the product between 1,000 and 1,200 naira. It is against this backdrop that a member representing Sokoto South to Aminu Gidado presented matters of urgent public importance before the floor of the House, calling on the lawmakers to invite those concerned for a roundtable meeting so as to address the practice that has lingered in order to bring relief to the electorate. The member, while presenting the matter, explained that the neighboring states like Kebbi, the product is selling between the range of 650 and 800 naira.
I actually thought of presenting this matter before the chamber of the House, considering the hardship being faced by our electorates, particularly as a whole in general, as Sokoto State in general. 22 local governments in Sokoto State and the metropolis are really facing this hardship concerning the high price marketers are selling the product.
Many members contributed in support of the matter. The Deputy Speaker announced the House decision to invite all that are concerned to appear before the House within 48 hours for necessary action. In a related development, the House also received a letter of petition filed by one Nuruddin Abubakar Gwandu of land fraud and forceful land grabbing against Murtala Abdul Qadir Raiya, Commissioner for Land and Housing, and Numerical Empire Investment Limited and A&S Limited. The petition was read on the floor of the House by the clerk. The petitioner noted that a piece of land that was allocated to their late father A.A. Gwandu since 1994 to construct a mosque and Islamia along Kano Road beside First Bank main branch in the metropolis. He noted that their late father was able to construct a breathtaking mosque, leaving the remaining for the construction of Islamia. However, around October 2022, they noticed strange activities of construction in the remaining land meant for Islamia by one Murtala Abdul Qadir Raiya and Numerical Empire Investment Limited. It is against this, among other reasons, they wrote to the House appealing for an investigation into the matter with a view of ascertaining the original owner. The Deputy Speaker Kabiru Ibrahim noted that the House unanimously agreed to refer the matter to two joint committees of public petition and anti-corruption and that of land and housing and survey. The committees are given 2 weeks to submit their report to the House.
Bills seeking a law to establish 4 new government agencies have passed second reading at the Jigawa State Assembly. Ibrahim Sani reports that Governor Umar Namadi submitted drafted bills to the Jigawa State Assembly requesting for a law to establish the new agencies as well as upgrade and streamline the functions of others. The report.
The presentation of the bills for a law to establish new agencies as well as strengthen and streamline the function of other existing agencies is in line with policy directives and priorities of government to move Jigawa State forward. The drafted bills requested for a law to establish Jigawa State Information Technology and Digital Economy Agency, Jigawa State Residence Identity Management Agency, and the Jigawa State Sangaya Education Board. Others are bill requesting for a law to establish Jigawa State Senior Secondary School Management Board, a bill for a law to establish Jigawa State Educational Resource Agency, Jigawa State Alternative Energy Agency, as well as an amendment bill to transform Jigawa State Educational Inspector and Monitoring Unit into Jigawa State Quality Assurance Agency. During plenary, members deliberated on the bills, highlighting the need to make laws that will specify the functions, responsibilities, and operations of the new agencies for optimal performance.
Mr. Speaker, the way these Planned Education Resource Center are handling their activities on our neighboring state will surely interest you, because for every subject, a renowned and experienced subject matter is settled with the responsibility of the subject area. So it is in this note that I support the passage of this bill to go through the second reading.
I recommend this bill to be considered by our colleagues. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this bill say aye. Aye. Those against say the ayes have it.
All the bills have passed the second reading and were subsequently referred to various House committees to report within 4 weeks.
What do these drafted bills, as presented by Governor Namadi, entail? Let's find out from our correspondent in Dusi, who will be speaking with relevant stakeholders.
You know, the governor has a 12-point agenda. So being that he intends to create new agencies to come in line with his 12-point agenda. The agencies, some are in existence, but they don't have law. Some agencies, like Jigawa State Alternative Energy, is in existence, was created in the past administrations, but it has no law to support the agency. That's why the governor intends to provide a law for the agencies to have a legal backing of performing its functions. So the other agencies are, one, with Jigawa State Information Technology and Digital Economy Agency. This information and digital economy, you know, is very, very important agency. And we are now at the age of information technology. So that's why the state government think that it should provide this agency. It's just like in federal. If you could remember, initially Ministry of Communication is just a Ministry of Communication. But during the past administration, they created or they added Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy. So we are trying to create a digital economy agency that will provide, revenue and go along with the present situation or present age, that is digital age. So we still have the Jigawa State Resident Identity Management Agency. This Jigawa State Resident Identity Management Agency is going to be created because of security purposes. We will register all the indigents and even non-indigents, those who are coming to the state will be registered. Though this, if you register for an indigent, we know the number of people we have in Jigawa, and they have their own identity. It's just like national identity, NIN, it's just a national identity. Anything we are going to do, maybe the government want to use that in either budgeting, doing something economically or socially that will benefit, our people will benefit directly from it. The other one is Jigawa State Angaya Education Board. This Angaya, Almajiri people. So the government decided to create this board because it has intention of creating Angaya schools. And this Angaya school, when created, it has to have an agency or a board that will regulate or stimulate the activities or the function of the activities of that schools. The intention is this: when created, it will help in keeping all the Almajiris in one place. The Almajiris, the intention is they will learn Western and also the Islamic courses or religion in that Sangha. So they will not, we are trying to see that Almaji will not be roaming around begging or something that nature. That's the essence of this board. And also in the bill, the government intends to even provide a farms for that Sangha. They will provide a farm, give them input, give them all necessary for them to farm. That farm will be feeding the Almajiris. Government will just provide scholars, will provide an enabling environment. And even now the government was there because they have already budgeted before even creation of this one, they give out contract for the for the establishment or for the construction of these streets and gas in 3 zones, each senatorial zone. So with this, it will help in curtailing begging or even security-wise. It will help in minimizing security something in our dear state. Then the other one is Senior Secondary School Management Board. As you know, we have SUBEB, that is State University Vedic Education Board. So we are creating Senior Secondary School Management Board for the state to have a very robust and sound secondary school education. So that's why the governor intends, it's all part of his campaign promises and it's all part of his 12-point agenda in education sector. So to create Senior Secondary School Management Board so that the secondary school will be fully monitored and managed. If you match it it's already matched in the Ministry of Higher Education. But when you do a Senior Secondary School Management Board, it will oversee the activities of senior secondary school in the state, which it will give, I believe it will give a very sound secondary school education. So, and we have another 2 agencies, that's the Jigawa State Educational Inspectorate and Monitoring Unit. This education we call it SEMO. This agency is saddled with responsibility of monitoring, inspection and monitoring of our schools, from secondary school, primary school, and so on. But now this agency is going to be changed to like Jigawa State Quality Assurance Agency, so that it will give a quality. It will make sure that all the schools in the Jigawa State have quality education. So the other one is Jigawa State Education Resource Directorate. It's in existence, but it has no law. This Educational Resource Directorate will provide most of, especially the experienced teachers used to be deployed in that directorate. They design curriculum, they keep examinations for the secondary schools, questions, past questions, and all the resources that education has will be kept in that directorate, and we will provide a quality teachers. We will train teachers in that directorate. So these are the bills. That's why we find all these bills worthy. We intend to do the first and second reading. Now the bills are at the committee level.
So what's the next step we should be expecting?
It's after the committee did all the legislative procedures. Then when the committee reported, we just passed we just passed the bill into law. Thank you, Mr. Jewa.
It's time to go on a short break. From the State Assemblies continues with more reports. Do stay tuned.
On NTA Parliament, we unite day and night. NTA Parliament, the voice shining so bright in the hall of power. We take our parliamentary discussions across the land as it is. NTA Parliament, your source of insights, bringing the parliament into your homes, debates and decisions clear and true. For the people, NTA Parliament is here for you. From north to south, east to west, NTA Parliament covers every legislative quest. Our lawmakers working for the nation's good in the heart of democracy. So tune in now. Don't hesitate. Join NTA Parliament for parliamentary programs and news both day and night. We are on DSTV channel 370, GoTV channel 126, StarTimes channel 306, and Free TV channel 706. Download Oya Watch TV app from Google Play Store to watch all NTA stations. NTA Parliament, your source shining so bright and strengthening Nigeria's democracy.
Welcome back. You're watching the program from the State Assemblies, where we present to you happenings from the state parliament across Nigeria. In another climb, the Ogun State Assembly has passed the customary court amendment law increasing the financial jurisdictions of the court to 10 million naira. This is just as the bill to create the Department of Audit and Investigation from the Finance Department of Local Government in the state scales second reading. Yemi Dalima reports on these and other deliberations of the lawmakers at plenary.
An House Committee on Justice, Ethics and Public Petitions, Oluseun Adesanya, read the report of the Committee on the Amendment of the Ogun State Magistrate Court Amendment Law 2019, which was later adopted clause by clause before it was eventually passed.
The purpose of this is, if you look at their financial jurisdiction, is abysmally low. So for that, we just decided to increase the pecuniary jurisdiction. The magistrate court, we have the capacity, we have jurisdiction to entertain some cases, and high-profile cases that have humongous amount of money.
The House also considered and debated the Local Government Amendment Bill 2006, sponsored by member representing Remo North Constituency, Dixon Awolaja, for the creation of Department of Audit and Investigation from being a unit under the Finance Department for transparency and effectiveness.
The functions will be separated. We all know that, and we all know the various advantages.
Chairman House Committee on Works, Adeyanju Adegoke, moved a motion on the urgent need for Ogun State government to urgently reconstruct the deplorable 3 kilometers Kenta, Olokuta, Idiaba, Wole Soyinka train station road, which is causing untold hardship to over 52 communities in the area and also defacing the state as an access road to the state station.
Of the state government, it is imperative that the state government commence construction or comprehensive repair work on the Kenta, Olokuta, Idiaba road. This action will not only restore the road functionality but also significantly alleviate the hardship experienced by the residents and the commuter who depend on the train infrastructure daily.
So it has become a resolution of this House that the state government do commence construction or comprehensive repair works on the Kenta, Olokuta, Idiaba road.
The House also called on the state government to attend to the deplorable condition of Aton Erunwon, Idomila to Ilese Military Barracks Road in Ijebu North-East local government and other road networks, begging for government attention across the state.
Away from the southwest to the north central, the Assembly of Kogi State is making an appeal to both the federal and state government to prioritize the rehabilitation of Ida Ibaji on Yedega Road. This is to facilitate access to the abundant natural resources in the region. Speaker Leo Yusuf and his fellow lawmakers have said that addressing this issue is a fundamental necessity for the residents of Ibaji local government area in Kogi State. Jacob Sani reports.
Ibaji local government area in Kogi State is bordered with Edo, Delta and Anambra states, a region rich in natural resources, with deposits of crude oil and fertile soil ideal for cultivating a variety of crops. It holds immense potential for agricultural and economic growth. However, despite its abundant blessings, accessing this area remains a formidable challenge, primarily due to recurrent flooding that occurs on a yearly basis. At the plenary session of Kogi State House of Assembly, Deputy Speaker Comfort shared the dire situation faced by her constituents.
The Right Honourable Speaker and my distinguished honourable colleagues, it will interest the House to know that one of the devastating consequences of the flooding of River Niger and Benue in 2012 and again in 2022 is the destruction of Ida Onyedega Road in Ibadan local government area of NTA State. It is on this record that many parts of the state were ravaged. Tens of thousands of our people rendered homeless. Properties, farmlands, and infrastructure brutally destroyed.
Addressing the pressing need for infrastructure improvement, particularly road rehabilitation, Deputy Speaker proposed comprehensive engineering solutions.
Distinguished honorable colleagues, I pray that this honorable house will support this motion and adopt in prayer to restore the socio-economic life of the great people of Ibadan. And so move.
Recognizing the significance of the motion, lawmakers unanimously supported the initiative.
And the construction of the road from Ida to Onyedega as a prayer by the right honorable years. We want to reiterate that it should be done by contractors, engineers who knows their work, not just engineers, because the land is a flooded area.
If by traveling to Ibadan is like asking your enemy to go for 21 years imprisonment. Because while you journey to Ibadan, therefore, some point where you have to fire off the major road through the hinterland and still come out ahead and continue your trip. And that is evening has not started for me.
Speaker Aliu Umar Yusuf affirmed the importance of addressing infrastructural need of Ibadan and other similarly affected areas.
I'm aware because I understand it very well. The area they are supposed to pass the major road that lead to Onyedega. Yes. That is not where the road pass now. And of course, there's no how every year the road will be flooded. You cannot go away from it. Well, but because they must enjoy good life, and because they are contributing to the resources that develop the state, they must receive attention from government, be it state or federal. So on this note, I put the question: if you are in support of prayer 1 as campaigned by the movement, say aye. Aye. Again, say nay. The ayes have it.
Efforts to address the challenges faced by Ibadan's residents are set to gain momentum in the days ahead.
In the meantime, the Nassarawa State House of Assembly has urged the state government to invest in power generation for sustainable energy solutions that will tackle the issue of epileptic power supply in the state. The House Committee on Works handed down this challenge when the Nassarawa Electricity Power Agency, NIPA, appeared before the Committee on Assessment of 2024 Budget Performance. Adams Abdulkadir completes the report.
Ministry and agencies that appeared include Ministry of Education, Nassarawa State Scholarship Board, Nassarawa Information Technology and Digital Economy, led by Director General Aruna Sani, and Nassarawa Electricity Power Agency, NIPA, Ministry of Works and Transport. Commissioner for Works and his team also appear on budget performance for first quarter in the year under review.
And the issue of operational vehicle is very, very important. It's a necessity to your agency because this exercise demands monitoring. And we want to assure you we will take it up on your behalf.
Chairman as Committee on Works, Suleiman Yakubu Azara, commended government on its effort to electrify rural dwellers and agrarian communities, urging state government for prompt releases of funds and to invest into power generating through public-private partnership.
I will encourage the government, if government can make efforts, because we are talking of what we call power generation. And this power generation is going to impact positively on the revenue the services and the rest of the states. If government will make effort towards having something of that nature, it would be a good one.
The Committee on Work says it's necessary to embark on assessment tour to see for themselves claims made by the Ministry of Works and Transport on the ongoing project. Meanwhile, Speaker Nasarawa State House of Assembly Danla Dijato had earlier received Nasarawa State Traders and Marketers Association on appreciation mood for the progress so far made by the Abuja Electricity Power Distribution Company, AEDC, saying power supply has improved significantly in the last few days in Lafia.
That concludes this week's episode of the program, but remember, you can still watch our news and other programs on our social media handles scrolling on your screen. Thanks for watching again. I'm Joshua Ogudi. See you next week. Goodbye.